welcome to session 2, and I hope that you are feeling rewarded from the workouts that you've done this week, which was the assessment and the first session. This will be the final session of this week because it's a short week due to the holiday on Monday. So look for the weekly connection after you are done practicing this session today. Remember that weekly connections need to be submitted back to me. However, the session that you practice, there's no submission necessary. So let's go ahead and get started. Breathing, we went over breathing technique in that we want to make sure that we're getting a nice full breath with every exercise that we practice. Some will be coordinated with the movement. Some of the breathing will be coordinated with the movement, and some will just be continuous. And so when it's continuous, just being aware of your inhale and your exhale. So wanting to get the most out of each one. And so we want to breathe in as deeply as we can and transition slowly into a really nice long exhale. You'll notice that there will be times when I talk about exhaling through the move. That's just simply my personal belief in certain exercises where we require a little more energy, a little more work, and I like to exhale during that time, that moment. So it's just a recommendation. In through the nose, out through the mouth, out through the nose. It's up to you, it's your preference, okay? So breathing, really important, connecting our breathing with our movement today. Talked a little bit about our centering our thoughts and where we are, centering our breathing, centering our bodies and what we're doing, not to be out of balance, but to make sure that we are focused on centering with every move. Really important. And of course, focus, concentration is really important throughout the routine. So just making sure that you're ridding any distractions within your space. So just, letting go, disconnecting with your phone, except of course if you're practicing the session on your phone, which is fine. But having a quiet place, alone time without distractions will really help you with your concentration and your learning of each exercise, okay? Today we will talk a little bit more about precise movement and precision. And so with that said, we're going to get started. Remember that we start with a warm-up, and I am going to break down the movements. Last time we only went through one time, so we'll just see how time pans out with each exercise today. More of the same, but introducing some new exercises as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with chest expansion. So remember that we want to scoop or hollow the abdominal area when we are rounding. So arms are outstretched. We are reaching back, opening up the chest and the shoulders, and then we're going to round the arms forward as well as rounding the back, okay? And pulling the abdominals in, just slight tilting of the hips forward and tightening those glutes, rounding those shoulders. So we're going to go ahead and exhale this time on the expansion and inhale on the scooping. Exhale and inhale. So we're really just warming up the spine, the lumbar region, by this just very slight movement of scooping. Good. Let's come on down, hands and knees for cat and cow. So we have our cat. We're just slightly arching the back by lifting that tailbone up tall, and then we are, sorry, that was cow. Then we have cat, which we are rounding our back. And again, we're practicing this scooping, right? Slight tilting of the pelvis forward, rounding of the shoulders, and then we're arching for cow. And scooping for cat. Let's inhale for cow, exhale for cat. Good. All right, let's transition into this dynamic move. So hands come forward just slightly, and we're going to transfer our weight forward with our hips down. Weight is on our hands here and shoulders, and then we're going to transfer the hips back with our trunk down to this low back stretch exercise here, move, and it's dynamic. That's the word, dynamic. And we're just warming up our hips and our arms and getting increased blood flow and muscle warmth. A little bit of energy here, right? Good. Okay, come over to a seated position. So last time we went down for our 100 first, and then we practiced our leg circles on our back. We're going to actually practice some hip or leg circles in a seated position before we go down to our backs for 100 today. So this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to just make sure that my hands are placed outside my hips to my sides here, slightly leaning back, so I'm on my tailbone here. And I'm going to keep one leg bent and grounded, and then the other leg is bent and lifted, okay? So from here, I want to make sure that my back is nice and flat, posture tall, and I'm just going to circle, keeping my leg bent. And reverse the direction. So you notice that hip region, that groin area is getting nice and warm and flexible. Good. And place that foot down, and other leg elevated here, and circle. And reverse. So just another variation of leg circles. And place that foot down. Okay, go ahead and knee hug here. So last time I explained that anytime that we come down to our backs from this seated position, we want to try and practice the scooping as much as possible just to get in that habit, okay? Muscle memory. So when we come down, we don't come down with our shoulders, we come down with our lower back. So we immediately start practicing that scooping, which means we're rounding, we're collapsing, the low back comes down to the mat, middle back, and then the upper back, okay? Good practice for you there. All right, so let's go into our 100. Remember, we are in beginning stage of the 100, so legs are bent, so 90-degree bend in the knees. Knees can be touching, feet can be touching, that's fine. We're gonna lift the head. Remember, shoulders come up, chin to chest. Scooping, that means we're connecting that low back to the mat at this point. Keeping the legs in this static position, we're going to go ahead and outstretch our hands, arms out, palms facing down, and we're going to start pumping. So we have 5 pumps for an inhale, 5 pumps for an exhale. You're going to keep count. I like to keep count on my hands, my fingers. So each 10 pumps, I just drop a finger so I know where I am in my 10. So we're trying to maintain the chin to chest. Your neck may be a little sore from the last 2 workouts. That is normal. If you want, you can bring your head down for a moment to rest and continue with the 100, and then lift and chin to chest. This will get easier. And when you're done, of course, bring your feet down and your head down to the mat. So, neck fatigue, muscle fatigue, okay? We don't normally hold our head up in this position for very long, and I'm asking that you hold your head in this position many times throughout the session. So it is normal that you are going to feel something when you haven't been practicing. Your muscles start to get a little bit sore, so that's totally normal, okay? If at any point it's just too sore or feels painful, obviously you'll want to rest your head on the mat, okay? So today, more of the same. So we're going to start with a modified single leg, and we're going to do a crunch with the single leg today. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my hands behind my neck and lift my head up, chin to chest. I'm going to keep one foot grounded, and I'm going to bring my knee in, okay? So that's the position, and then I'm going to extend that leg and lower my head. So each time I lift my head, I'm going to pull my knee in, okay? When I pull my knee in, I'm scooping, I'm focusing on pressing that back down into the mat. If you need to modify, just don't extend that leg out as far. Continuous breathing. Good. Now we're going to switch legs. So we're going to bring that knee in and out. Two more. Last one. Good. And rest the head. Okay. Double leg, a little bit of a twist on this as well. Remember I told you that the 5 exercises of the Fab 5, there's so many variations, and included today with double leg, okay? So we're going to bring our hands behind our neck here. Double leg. So bringing our knees in, keeping our head and shoulders elevated, scooping here. I'm simply going to extend my legs out and pull my legs in. So remember, stay connected to the mat. Keep that low back connected to the mat as you extend those legs out. Exhale when you extend the legs. One more. Good. Feet down, head down, arms down. Okay, so we're going to do some bridging here at this point in the session. So remember with bridges, when we lift our hips up off the mat, we want to immediately engage our glutes, our quads, and our hamstrings, okay? So let's practice this again with our arms at our sides. So I'm lifting my hips, immediately tightening the glutes, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, holding up at the top, and I'm going to lower my hips down to the mat. Okay, let's change it up a little bit. I'm going to lift up, and from here, I'm going to slightly lower and lift. Hold, slightly lower and lift. Hold, lower and lift. Hold. Last one. Lower and lift. Hold. Come all the way down off off your bridge. Nice. Okay, we have crisscross modified. So just like we did with the single leg modified, we're going to do the same thing with the crisscross, okay? One foot is grounded, one leg is working, hands are behind the neck. I'm going to crunch. So as soon as I pull my head and shoulders up off the ground, I'm going to pull my left knee in and rotate my right elbow towards my bent knee. Extend that leg, come down, pull it back in, lift and rotate across the rib cage and down. Again, we're scooping through the move. Exhaling as we lift up and rotate. Slow it down. Precise movement. There's no pace or speed involved. Very controlled. One more. Good. Head down, switch the legs, hands behind the neck again. Here we go, we're going to lift and pull, extend, last one. And rest. Nice. Okay, so our double straight leg is part of that Fab Five. We're going to modify that a little bit differently today as well. A lot of hands behind the neck, and that's fine. You're probably fatigued, and that's helpful. Legs are all the way up. Head and shoulders up. Scooping immediately. Hands behind the neck. I'm going to lower both legs. I'm going to bend my knees and pull my knees in. Extend my legs all the way up to start. So really important that we are scooping the entire time and we are exhaling as we lower. Here we go. Exhale. Inhale at the top. Exhale. Again, slowing it down. Last one. Good. Head down, knees bent, hands over knees. Go ahead and knee hug. So just release some pressure from that lower back. Excellent. Okay. Go ahead and bring your feet down. So roll up, hold, slight bend of the knees. We practiced this last time. This is the same. Same move, roll up, hold. So remember, head comes up, chin to chest, shoulders come up, scooping immediately, lifting up. We engage the glutes. We engage our pelvic floor muscles. Remember, deep inside, like we're trying to lift that bladder up. We're just slightly squeezing, tightening, and we're exhaling as we lift. We're going to hold as high as we can go without going all the way up. Here we are. We reach forward with the hands, arms. And down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale up. Down. Up. One more time. Up. And down. Nice job. You're going to turn to your side. Push yourselves up. Seated position. Roll down holds. Still slight bend of the knees. Hands over the top. I'm going to collapse my spine. And I'm just making sure that I'm in a nice rounded postural position here, okay? And as I let go of my knees, I'm going to lean back, staying scooped. Exhale. Come back up. Inhale. Collapse. Back up. So this is very much like our accordion exercise at the end, the closing of our session. Last one. Good. Go ahead and sit up tall, extend your legs, keeping your legs connected. Tall posture. So this is a new exercise called spine twist. So we're just going to twist so that we can limber up our lumbar area, okay? We're also warming up our shoulders and chest, upper back area. And so flexibility is a huge part of improvement of our body limberness. And so this is one of those exercises where some of you may not be so limber or so flexible, but we're going to try and improve upon that, okay? So there is a rotation involved, a twisting involved. If this aggravates anything for you, just minimize it, the movement. We're going to go ahead and extend our arms out to our sides, staying nice and tall in our posture. I'm just simply going to twist slowly in one direction, maintaining posture. Come back to center. Twist in the opposite direction. I like to exhale on my twist, inhale at center. So our obliques are working as well. Because we're rotating, so our external area of our abdominal wall. But you should be feeling this in the thoracic area, so in that lumbar area. So you're going to feel this because we're twisting. Let's go one more on each side. Exhale. You might even feel a little more flexibility already. Good. All right. Go ahead and bend your knees. We're going to come down onto our elbows. So we did an elbow lean back exercise last time as well. This is going to be a knee pull, single knee pull. We're going to alternate between each leg. So anytime we're back on our elbows, we want to make sure that we are lifting our abdomen, rib cage, chest up nice and high so that we have a nice stabilized back. So if I were to put my fists behind my lower back here, that's probably about the height that I want my back to be lifted, okay? Now if I take my hands away, I should try and see if I can maintain that position there, okay? So chin is down, and we're going to bring one knee in, extend it out, pull it back, drop it down. Other knee in, extend it out, pull it back, drop it down. Just alternating with the knee pull, leg extension. Again, controlled movement. There's no reason to speed this up. There's many things happening here. Keeping that rib cage nice and high. Strength in the leg and the hip. time. Knee. And come on up. Good. All right, split your legs, spine stretch. We've done this before. Up tall, arms outstretched. We are hinging forward, exhaling over the top, pulling the hands in, rounding the back. Up tall, flat back. Begin again. Inhale the top. Exhale. Lead with your chest. See if you can pitch forward a little bit more each time, feeling the stretch down the back of the legs. Last one. Good. All right, go ahead and bring your legs together. We're going to bend our knees. So, we had a seated balance exercise last time. We're going to repeat that as well. This is called a leg drop, okay? So, hands on top of knees. I'm going to lift my feet up off the ground, and I'm going to have this balance position here on my tailbone here, my rear. And so I'm going to make sure that my posture is tall from my trunk, my hips up, okay? And from here, I'm going to drop one foot, bring it back up, drop the other foot, bring it back up, down, up, down, up. Seems like a very simple, limited move exercise, which it is. However, it packs a punch. So you are trying to maintain posture in a balanced position with movement. So there's many things going on. It's very controlled. And you'll feel this in your low back as well as your hips. Last one each side. Good. Go ahead and extend your legs all the way down. Sitting up tall one more time. So last time we practiced mermaid with our legs off to the side. We're going to practice mermaid with our legs extended in front. So tall posture, strong. Hands out to our sides. And I'm simply going to sweep my arm over the top of my head and slightly lean over without lifting my rear up off the mat. Sweep back. Other side, sweep over, maintaining posture. My rear stays connected, grounded through the movement. The trunk is doing the work. This is a great time to get big breathing. All right, staying here with our legs straight and extended, front stretch. So we did this last time as well. Arms outstretched up top, going to just simply hinge forward, just like spine stretch. Come back, pull the arms, scooping here, up top, flat back. Exhale over the top, releasing any tension from my lower back and hamstrings. This is also a centering place for us before we turn over for some back exercises. I'm going to try to get through this whole series twice. Last one. All right, let's go ahead and turn over onto our tummies. All right, so last time we came up onto our elbows. This time we're just going to lift our trunk up off the mat with our legs down. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to push my pelvis down as I lift my trunk as high as I can, where it's comfortable, right? Keeping my arms bent, I'm just simply lifting. It can be a small lift, that's fine. I'd like to exhale as I lift, but you can inhale if you'd like. It's up to you. Just figure it out, what works. Legs stay down, pelvis stays down, glutes are engaged. Definitely a strength exercise for our back. Good. All right, so now we're going to switch it, and our legs are going to lift, so our trunk is going to stay down. So I'm just going to bring my forehead down to the back of my hands here. And again, my glutes are engaged, and I'm pressing my pelvis down into the mat. I'm going to lift both legs up, hold it here, and lower slowly. Exhale on the lift. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, up, down, up, and down. Good. All right, bring your hands outside your chest here. We're going to do a slow modified push-up. That means knees are down on the ground. Hands are right outside the chest. I'm going to push up, keeping my knees connected. My trunk is nice and strong here. I'm going to pull back into low back stretch. Back into low plank here. Push-up position. Come on down slowly, all the way down. Lift up again. Repeat. Up. And back, forward, and down, up, and back, forward, and down. One more time, up, and back, forward, stay here, come down to your elbows. All right, from here, low plank. I want you to bring your knees off the mat if you can. And from here, lift one leg. Bring it down. Lift the other leg. Bring it down. Now I want you to take your focus to your abdominal wall. Let's pull those abs up. Hold them there and breathe. One more each leg. Bring your knees down, hands back, low back stretch. Pull your hips down. I want you to bring your arms around to your sides. Just let go of that stress on the shoulders and the arms, resting on your forehead. Okay, kneeling tall. So we did some hip thrusts last time, and we're going to do the same, but we're going to add a slight lean back. So let's repeat, go over the hip thrusts. So when I pull my hips back, remember that I want to make sure that my back is stabilized and flat, okay? So my hips come back, my arms come forward. I'm going to pull my hips forward, pull my arms back. Glutes are engaged. Abdominal wall stays nice and strong, okay? And from here, I'm going to slightly lean back. So I keep my entire trunk with my legs. So from my knees to my head is all one movement. Okay, notice that my rear doesn't come back, lead. My entire trunk of my legs come back, just slightly. You'll feel this in your quads, hamstrings, and glutes, okay? So let's start again. So hip thrust first. So hips come back, arms forward, hips forward, arms back, tighten the glutes, lean back, come up, start again. Very precise, very controlled. This is where you can focus on your breathing. One more time. Hip thrusts, lean back. Good. All right, let's come on down to our side, all the way down, lying. So when I say lying side work, leg work, you're gonna go all the way down. Okay, so remember when we're on our side, we wanna make sure that our lower body is in alignment with our upper body. We're gonna bring our hand out here for balance, and we're just gonna do a leg pull today, okay? So we did a leg lift last time, and we're just gonna do a leg pull. And that just simply means I'm pulling my knee in and extending it back down, okay? I wanna keep this leg in alignment with the rest of my body, so it's not coming forward or out, it's in alignment, okay? Nice and strong. Abdominals are pulled in and nice and strong. That helps stabilize our back. And we're just simply pulling in, extending out, and in, nice and controlled. Slow it down. Control your breathing. One more. Good. All right, go ahead and bend your legs, come up onto your elbow now. So we have reach overs, side reach overs. What's gonna happen here is I'm gonna keep my legs bent and I'm going to lift my hips up off the mat as I reach over with an arm sweep, okay? When I lift my hips up off the mat, I wanna make sure I push my pelvis forward slightly so I have a nice stabilized back, just for good alignment here, okay? So it's gonna look like this. Watch me. Arms start here. I'm lifting up, pushing my pelvis forward, sweeping over the top, sweeping back, pulling hips down and back. All right, here we go. Ready? Up and over. Again, I like to exhale through the move. Inhale down, up and over. Down, one more up and over and down. Good. All right, we're going to switch sides. Lying leg pulls all the way down. Here we go. In and out. And in and out. In and out. Everything is strong and tight, snug. Last one. Bend your knees, elbow, arm. Reach overs, up and over. Push that pelvis forward. Exhale over the top. One more. All right, seated position. Okay, so we are gonna go through this again. So starting with our single leg crunch. So we're gonna go through this, not as many repetitions because I like to get through it again. without going too much over time. So we're going to roll down, again, scooping when you come down. Bring your knees with you. Good. Bring one foot down, hands behind the neck. Crunch, extend, pull back. Crunch and back. Last one. Switch legs. Last one. Good. Both knees in, head and shoulders up. We're going to double leg, modified. Feet touch down. Here we go. Here. Leg extension. Doing a little combo. Feet down. All the way up. Feet down. All the way out. One more time. Down and out. Good. Feet down, head down, arms down. Good job. A little trickery there for you. All right, so we have our bridges. We're going to do that pulsing at the top, or that slight lowering. All right, here we go. Bridge up. From here, lower slightly. Lift up, glutes engaged, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Last one, up, all the way down. Hands behind your neck. One leg comes in for crisscross, single leg work. Here we go, lift up and across, back down, extend the leg. Up and across, slow it down. Last one. Switch sides. Lift up and across. Last one. Head down. Good. Good job. So we're going to go into that modified double straight leg. So legs start up and we're going to lower. We're going to pull the knees in and lift those legs up. Okay? Hands are behind the neck. So legs all the way up. Hands behind the neck. Lift the head and shoulders. We're going to lower together, pull in together, lift up together. Exhale. Connect our back to the mat. Scooping. Last one. Good. Bend your knees. Pull your knees in. Head down. Release your back. Feet down. Slight bend of the knees. Roll up holds. Here we go. Lift up. Reach forward. Come down. Again, here, here, and here. Reach up. And down. And up. And down. Last one. And up. And down. Turn to your side. Push yourselves up. Seated position. hands over knees, collapse your spine, release your arms and lean back. And up, and back, and up, and back, and up. Last one, and back. Good. So we have a little flow going today, right? Legs extended, spine twist, arms extended, sitting up tall. Let's see if we can go a little bit deeper into this stretch or this twist. And back to center, and other side, center, twist, center, twist, center. One more on each side. And back to center. All right, hands down, bend your knees, elbow lean back. Rib cage up, back up, nice and flat. Here we go. Knee in, leg out, drop foot. Knee in, leg out, drop foot. One more each side. Good. And push up. Split your legs. Spine stretch. Pitch forward. See if you can go a little deeper into this stretch this time through. Still leading with the chest, exhaling over the top. One more. Good. Bring your legs together, bend your knees. We have seated balance, hands over the top of the knees. We're gonna balance here, flat back. I want you to go ahead and part the legs this time. Leg drop and lift. Other leg, drop, lift. Again, very controlled, balanced movement, breathing. There's no rush. Strengthening and lengthening, improvement, that's what we want. One more each leg. Good, bring your feet down, extend your legs, keep them together, sitting up tall. We have mermaid, legs in front. Sweep over, slight bend, and back, and over. Still windy. One more each side. I love it though. I love weather. Front stretch here. Arms all the way to the top. Pitch forward. Come back. Up. Exhale. Last one. Good. We're going to turn over. Come on over to your tummies. We have some back work. Trunk lift first. Hips stay down and lifting up. Last one. Leg work. Both legs lift up. Last one. Good. Hands outside your chest. We're going to push up and back and forward and down and up and back and forward and down. Up, back, forward, and down. Last one, and we'll finish at the top. Up, back, and forward on our elbows. Knees up. Our leg lift and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Knees down. Low back stretch. Arms at your sides. You're doing great. We're going to kneel tall here. We're in the home stretch. We have our hip thrusts and our slight lean back. Arms start at our sides. Here we go. Back, forward, lean. Start again. Back, forward, lean. Back, forward, lean. Last one. Good. Come on down to your side, all the way down. All right, we have leg pulls. Here we go. In and out. In and out. In and out. One more. In and out. Bend your knees. Push up onto your elbow. Arm on the side. Reaching over. Here we go. Up. Push the pelvis forward. And down. And up. And down. And up. And down. Last one. And up. And down. Good. Switch sides. All the way down. Leg pulls. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Last one. In. And out. Bend your knees, elbows, reach overs, up and over and down. And up and down and up and down. Last one. Up and down. Good. Seated position. All right. we're at the closing of our workout, so we're going to finish with some seated accordions. Again, we're just practicing the scooping. Up tall, lean back, collapse, and round. Up. Up. One more. Good. Okay. Go ahead and sit with your legs in front. You can bend your knees or keep them straight. It's up to you. We're going to do some arm work here. This is what's called the figure 8. Okay. So the figure 8, we're going to do it 2 different ways. We're going to do it in front, traveling, and then we're also going to do it on our side here. And we may even just do it in the front. But we're going to travel today. Okay. So sitting up nice and tall, starting with our arms outstretched to our sides, we're going to create a figure 8 as we move forward. And then we're going to create the figure 8 moving back. So there's rotation and movement in the arms and the shoulders. You're going to feel this in those deltoids. Nice and controlled. Breathing. One more time, traveling forward and back. Good. All right, knee hug. Release your back, head comes down. All right, everyone, we're done. So that is it. Remember to submit your weekly submission answer to the question that I put out. I'll put that out as soon as we're done here. And just really brief. And so hopefully you feel really good about everything that you've done this week. Remember, next week we'll have 4 sessions. That's typically what we'll have. Starting on Monday at 5 a.m. It will be up for viewing. That doesn't mean you have to do it at 5. It just means that that first one will be up at 5 and available to you. So try to stay in routine. 7 weeks left already. Boom, a week's gone by. So try to stay in routine and manage your time so you don't get behind. Okay, good job. We'll see you next time.